It all begins out here on the tipping floor, where bottles, cans, and paper are dropped off by the truckload. Powerful loaders then push all this stuff onto one conveyor belt leading to the main facility where the sorting process begins. First, the big things get pulled out at the first pre-sort, or what I like to call the big bad thing remover. These quick-handed people go through all this and pull out larger bad things that are very damaging to the recycling system, full of state-of-the-art equipment that takes in recyclable materials all mixed together from your homes, schools, and businesses. The materials are then sorted, screened, shaken, and baled so they can be resold and made into new products. So put on your hard hats. All of us together. It's called single-stream recycling, and it's so simple, everyone can take part in helping the planet. coatings and porcelain and additional contaminants are removed. This special unit is equipped with 2 optical detection devices, and it's the main reason the Boulder County Recycling Center produces clean glass like nobody else in the business. As the glass moves through the machine, special cameras watch. Light beams are shot at the glass, and the camera can tell if the light goes through the glass. If it doesn't, a computer connected to the KSP knows the material is not glass and that it must be removed. The computer signals air jets to push the non-glass materials out and onto a conveyor.
High-tech, state-of-the-art optical sorting machines that use light to determine the composition of the different plastic that's coming across the belt, and then uses ballistic air to shoot those materials into different. We use magnets to capture metal, and then we also use what's called an eddy current magnet on the container line, and that repels aluminum. So it actually shoots the aluminum off of the conveyor belt and keeps that material separate.
Downcycled glass is worth $8 to $12 per tonne, whereas closed-loop recycled glass is worth $170 to $240 per tonne. Landfill is worth nothing. In fact, it costs councils roughly $35 to $65 per tonne to dump,
pushing back on the massive amounts of recyclables ending up at their borders.
The result of all of this has been in the last year, the large processing systems had to add workers, and they had to add electronic equipment, sorting equipment, and this resulted in literally a doubling of the price of processing recyclables in the United States from about more than double. It was about $55 a ton. It's now about $120 a ton on the East Coast. Washington, D.C. is paying twice as much to recycle as they pay to get rid of waste.
According to data from the trade group National Waste and Recycling Association, the price of mixed paper fell from $32 per ton to $4.69 per ton from December 2017 to December 2018.
The trouble is that basically the cost of sorting, the challenges of getting these materials really separated out, erodes away a lot of that value. And so if you could use new technology to efficiently separate it, you kind of unlock the value of this material stream, and that helps boost the recycling industry. Increasing the quality of the material can improve the resale value, sometimes pretty significantly. It can be a 2x or 3x difference in some cases or more. The requirements have become quite strict.
Fiberon decking is very high in recycled wood and post-consumer plastic polymers.
Every day we use these buttons. Compression molding involves molding of molten plastic through compression. Lower part of the die has the facility of heating as well as cooling. Predetermined quantities of plastic materials, that is nothing but resins, fillers, reinforcements, plasticizers, lubricants, stabilizers, fire retardants, colorants, which are nothing but the additives of the plastic material, are taken into the mold cavity. Then the two halves are closed by applying the pressure. Here the pressure is about 100 to 500 kg per centimeter square, and then the article is heated. Let us see the advantages of compression molding. It requires relatively low capital and tooling cost, low mold maintenance. The product has low residual stress, and products retains mechanical and electrical properties. However, it has some disadvantages also. It is not economical for making a small number of parts. That means once the molds are manufactured, it should be used for large number of parts of same size. Finally, the curing is done and the article is taken out. We can make shades of plastic, crockeries, 3-pin mains plug, or electrical switches which are made up of bakelite, which is nothing but a thermosetting polymer, bumpers of car, handles of electric iron or cooker, plastic boots, toys.
Quality assurance testing is practiced throughout the process. It's the end of the process to ensure the quality of the product going out the door. And it's the beginning of the process, telling our engineers and operators how to better innovate. Materials are melted and mixed together with antioxidants and color at the right temperatures in carefully controlled quantities. When the mix is just right, it's ready to be extruded on one of many extrusion lines. Our capped products use a process called co-extrusion. Both the solid composite core and our patented Permatex surface material are co-extruded on the same machines at the same time. Fiberon engineers were first to develop this world-class leading process. It's a competitive secret.
Cardboard is made by sandwiching a corrugated sheet of paper between inner and outer paper liners. Sealing board has a center of gypsum and outer linings of paper. The recycling of materials has become very important for maintaining a green world. The bales of raw materials are dropped into a machine known as a MacPulper or pot. Here the materials are mixed with water. Cardboard is broken down into a paste and foreign materials such as plastics and metals are removed. The material moves through a number of stages where it is dried while being pressed and worked to get it to the right consistency. This material, which is known as the noodle in the industry, is stored, ready to be fed to the paper-making machines when required.
It is then cut up into homogeneous sized batches in order to be shipped in bulk or in packets and sold either in its country of origin or internationally. The group now has over 70 sites in Europe and Asia and a network of sales engineers who are experts in trading these materials on world markets. It is the result of high technology sorting of non-ferrous residues from the group's industrial shredders. Our long-standing expertise in this area, which has set a benchmark for the industry, has developed considerably since 2011. A new sorting unit for shredder residues has been installed in place of the old one, an investment of over 17 million euros. The new system presents a double advantage: more efficient shredding and a regular supply of a range of non-ferrous metals which are homogeneously sorted. All these non-ferrous metals, scrap metal from individuals and businesses, offcuts from manufacturing and shredding residues, will be recycled as new high-quality secondary raw materials. The group, via its trading operations, buys and sells several 100,000 tons of non-ferrous metal every year, all over the world. The prices of these metals are constantly fluctuating according to world market prices. The official market quotation is determined by the London Metal Exchange, or LME. Ecor Trading bases its buying and selling prices on this quotation. On these markets, which can be very volatile, risk management is essential in order to ensure the success of any transaction. To this end, the Ecor Group covers its fixed margin transactions by hedging its operations on the LME, so that the prices are guaranteed and the transaction is secure. Service provided by Ecor includes packing the materials and guaranteeing their quality, while meeting high environmental.
At Metro Vancouver's waste-to-energy facility, a 5-story tall structure has been added to the side of the building. It contains electromagnetic technology that can separate valuable metals from the bottom ash. Bottom ash is the residue of the waste combustion process. It's the ash that falls to the bottom after waste is incinerated. The bottom ash is cooled and conveyed to bunkers. Then, magnetic metals, also known as ferrous metals, like iron, are routinely removed by passing under a magnetic extractor. Also in 2018, the extraction of non-ferrous metals from bottom ash began. Non-ferrous metals include valuable materials like aluminum and copper. A device called an eddy current separator sends an electric current through the passing load. Non-ferrous metals are briefly magnetized so that they are repelled and fly into a separated area at the back end of the chute. The remaining reduced amounts of bottom ash used in cost-saving and beneficial applications, such as replacing aggregate materials as building foundation in Metro Vancouver projects.